Hello YouTube. I wanted to do a little mommy update. I'm 11 days postpartum. I just made a breastfeeding update, so I thought I'd go ahead and do this. I'll also be doing a labor and delivery vlog within the next day or two. I had my mom in town for the first week that we've been home, so I haven't really been able to vlog, nor did I really have the energy to. So as far as how I'm doing, overall, things are pretty good. One significant difference between my delivery with my daughter and my delivery with my son 7 years ago is that I had an episiotomy with my son, and I did not this time around. And I can't tell you the difference in the healing process because of that. If you're grossed out by hearing about those kind of things, you might want to fast forward. But I did have a first-degree tear in this delivery with my daughter. And my doctor is not for episiotomies unless it's completely necessary. He just feels like they don't heal as easily. And I didn't really know. I didn't really have an opinion on it. I mean, I definitely knew that they're not like the most natural thing in the world, obviously. But I didn't really have much of an opinion, and I didn't really want him to tell me what he was doing either way. I just kind of wanted him to do whatever he thought made sense. So he ended up not giving me an episiotomy, and like I said, I had a 1-degree tear. And even though it's been painful and it's not fun, the recovery just in these first 11 days, I feel like I did at 1 month postpartum with my son down in the lady region. So that has been a huge relief because that's what I was dreading the most about postpartum. So I'm using, I have my giant pads. Well, not like the huge ones that they give you at the hospital, but the pretty big ones that are like thick and really long. I'm still using those. Those are really helpful because they make me feel secure, like I'm not gonna leak. The bleeding is, it ranges. In fact, it's kind of annoying because sometimes it will be like, at first it was like a heavy period, and then it was like a medium period, medium flow, whatever. For the past couple days, like I would say day 7, 8, 9 postpartum, it was almost nothing, like almost like where I didn't even hardly need a pad. I still wore one, of course, but now at 11 days postpartum, last night I had bleeding like I was having a heavy flow period. So that is really annoying because you just kind of, you don't want to be caught off guard by it all and that sort of thing. So I've been using those huge pads, using Tux pads that are really cool, like with the witch hazel. They gave me some foam stuff. So I'm kind of just trying to pamper myself in that way. And yeah, that all works pretty well. One thing that's been really uncomfortable on that same subject of just down there and tearing or episiotomies or whatever is I do from time to time, if I stand for too long, I get this ache. Yeah, just like an ache, like you'd get a headache or a toothache, but it's down there. I don't remember that my first time around. I don't know if I've just forgotten or if it's something new. But yeah, that yesterday we went out kind of for the first time, like as a family, my husband and my son and I, because my mom went home, like I said. And by the time that we got home, I just felt like this achy kind of throbby feeling where my stitches are. I did get, I think, 2 or 3 stitches. I'm not really sure exactly how many. So that is really uncomfortable. And then as far as breastfeeding, I did an update on that, but my boobs are definitely really sensitive. So it's, it's hard. It's hard. I think people don't realize, or you forget. I know I did. It's like, you have this sweet little baby to look after, which is quite the responsibility and adjustment. And then you have all these different kinds of physical pains and things you're trying to deal with, and changing breast pads and putting lanolin on and worrying about what kind of bleeding you're having, and it's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with. So that's pretty much physically that's all the discomfort I'm going through. Mentally, emotionally, that sort of thing, I feel really good. I don't feel like the baby blues type feeling. I have been a little bit of a roller coaster. My son turned 7 2 days ago, and we did his birthday party early when I was pregnant because we just thought that would make the most sense. And it was a little bit difficult. I felt a lot of mom guilt on his birthday, just kind of I just felt like no matter what I do, I can't give him what I could before, because physically I'm still healing and I have, this little girl to look after, and it's all so good and so wonderful. But at the same time, I just felt this overwhelming feeling of guilt. Like, am I giving him enough attention? Am I doing things for him like I would before, like before she was here? And I just had a really hard first part of the day on his birthday. We had plans that didn't work out, and we had to like change things at the last minute. And that was really stressful. And I just started crying. Like, I just felt just really overwhelmed with everything. I just kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling all over the place, but I didn't expect to feel such heavy feelings. Like, kind of when you feel like you're on the verge of tears, that's how I felt for like the first half of the day. I guess I was kind of emotional about him turning 7 and just how fast he's growing, and then having this little baby that reminds me so much of him. And yeah, but the last half of the day was great. We gave him his presents, and he got a new pair of rollerblades and was riding them around in the house. We have tile floors and wood floors mostly, so he was riding those around, and you could tell he really enjoyed some of the things we did that night, so that made me feel so much better. So yeah, I guess just emotionally I'm very up and down still, but I don't feel like a heavy, gloomy, depressing feeling continuously. It's just like here and there. I also feel just really intense emotion towards my husband, like when he's holding the baby and taking care of her. I don't know, I just want to hug him. I just feel like, I think it was Angelina Jolie maybe who said, the sexiest thing in the world is watching your, partner be a father. I probably butchered that in some way, but however she said that, I always thought that that was a cool quote, and is very true. I do find him to be very attractive most of the time anyway, all the time anyway, but when he's holding her and taking care of her and talking to the baby, it's just really, really sweet. So that's cool. What else postpartum? That's all I can really think of. Weight is good. I'm going to start doing weight loss vlogs. If you're interested, watch. If you're not, just ignore them. There's a fly in here. And I am down to my pre-pregnancy weight now. I weighed myself the other day, and I will be sharing what that is, which I'm a little apprehensive about doing, but I'm not going to say it right now, like how much I weigh, but I gained between 12 and 14 pounds in my pregnancy, and I have lost that, which is great. The baby, for God's sakes, was almost 9 pounds, so it wasn't that hard to lose that. I didn't really do anything to lose it, so that's really, really comforting knowing that I'm starting from the same place and not dealing with more weight. So I'm trying to think. I'm sorry if I'm so scattered. I'm tired. Sleep at night is, she's such a good baby. It's not about her at all. It's just getting up, 2 to 3 times a night. It's hard. It's mostly 2 times a night, but when I'm up for 30 minutes to an hour. So doing that 2 times, as many of you know, is challenging. So I do feel a little sleep deprived, and I think that adds to me being emotional. But when I do get a good amount of sleep, I feel more normal than ever. Today was our first time out by ourselves, me, my son, and my daughter. That's crazy that I have kids, and it's plural, not singular. We went out to 2 banks in the car, drive through, and then picked up something from the pharmacy. And so that was my first time doing that by myself with both of them, and it went really well. Big brother is pretty awesome. So that's all I can think of for now. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, I'm sorry I'm a little spacey. I'm starting to get kind of where I'm like, oh yeah, I need to sleep for a little while. My son is out of school today because it's President's Day, so gonna see if maybe he wants to watch a movie or something and we can have some downtime because I'm feeling pretty exhausted. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything like that, let me know, and I hope all you other mamas out there are doing well and enjoying your babies and your pregnancies and all of that. So thank you for watching, and I can't remember if I mentioned it in the beginning, but I will be doing a labor and delivery story very soon. All right, bye-bye.